Sorry, no one's even here yet because we're all on the other one. Sorry, guys. I will have to, I don't know. Now go to other live stream. Please. Uh-oh. Yeah, sorry, trying to use a couple other features, and I guess I'm just not used to it. So, my bad. Go to the... Okay. So I'm on lockdown, and yeah, wouldn't you know, it's really boring here too. Hi, I'm glad you guys found me. Hopefully you'll all jump on over, all 85 of you. Oh my God, 79 people here. Okay, great, 94. Okay, fantastic. I will somehow delete this other one really quick. How's everybody doing? Where are you guys from? Mississippi, Oregon, Santa Barbara, Ireland. Wow. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Okay, it's a good morning for me too. Rolling out of bed and getting ready this morning felt like real work. Is anybody else doing that with restrictions being lifted and everything? Hi from Jersey. Wow, South America, North Carolina. Holy smokes, Colorado, Costa Rica, Tennessee. Wow, everybody's here. Well, I hope you're all having a fabulous day or evening. As you can see, I'm in a hotel room. I've treated myself the last couple days to finally some AC, unlimited power, fresh showers, hair dryer. What? So this has been really nice. Hi, Jester. Jacksonville, Florida. All right. So no lockdown for the truck drivers. That's good. People gotta eat. So yeah, it's kind of crazy because in February, I would say around Valentine's Day, I was in Florida finishing up the Miami Boat Show. And I did know that Corona existed and it was kind of an Asia thing, and I was flying in that direction. So, you know, I looked it up, got some masks, and made my way over here. And as soon as I got over here, everything just hit the fan. You know, there was a lot of major news from Sailing Nanji before I arrived. And I was like, it's fine, we'll work through it. Got here, so it just turned on to so many different things that we were working through here, and coronavirus has really just, you know, locked down the planet. So it locked down the ports for us too. So we made it as far as Thailand to Malaysia, and that's where we're doing our lockdown together. Thanks, I'm so glad everybody made it. Woo! So I hopefully all your guys' lockdowns aren't too painful and boring. I've been utilizing mine, I think, wisely. I've done a lot of editing. So I'm really proud about that. Getting definitely faster and more efficient. California, 100 degrees. Yeah, it has been so hot here. I wouldn't say every day feels like 100 degrees with 100% humidity. It's just been super hot. You get used to it. You definitely get used to it. Geez, Lee, Lawrence, everybody, thank you. Thank you for your support. The last time I looked at a plane ticket, the day restrictions were lifted, like 3 days ago, $5,600 US. I was like, what? And that went through Japan to get home. It's crazy. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, everybody. Well, shit, beer's on you. I made it to 30,000 subs. So yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I, you know, was kind of doing this just because I didn't want to leave anybody behind. You know, I was on YouTube for, you know, a couple years. You all know me as a sailor. And I've always wanted to sail. It's, you know, going on 10 years of a dream of mine to get my own boat and to, you know, bob around the ocean and explore new things. And yeah, so when I left the other channel, I was just like, well, I don't want to abandon everybody. Thank you, Gregory, thank you very much. And so I just made my own channel, and it just kind of blew up. I thought I was going to have a lot of time to learn how to edit, and I didn't, so that was pretty overwhelming. But y'all find me, I got monetized, and wouldn't you know, that makes things a lot easier when you take time off of work. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Bimmer Geezer. Cheers, guys. So pretty much essentially what I've done with my YouTube monetization is I've really tried to just put it all in savings accounts to get my own boat. So thanks, guys. I will have to confess that I said I would not boat shop until I got to 50,000 subscribers, just because then I could create this mental budget of leaving my job for months at a time and hitting the water and feeling self-sufficient and being ready for any type of repair and paying a mechanic or plumber or electrician or somebody to help me, because I didn't go to college for any of those things. And so I've always just had this number in my brain of when I'd start to go boat shopping. But I confess, I did look at a couple boats, and yeah, I guess we'll go over that in a little bit. Well, hello everyone, Todd, Michael, John, happy Nurses Day. Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish I was there helping. I got really excited to just jump on a plane and go back and jump into it. But that's when lockdown just definitely took a turn for more strict. I mean, we were seeing planes fly in the sky. I'm like, why are we on lockdown? Why are people on quarantine if planes of people are still moving around? So we used to see like 5 to 10 planes a day land here on the small island of Langkawi, and then all of a sudden, like, I just saw a plane for my first time yesterday. So it went from, it didn't seem that serious to super psycho serious, like overnight. And it was kind of eerie, very quiet. Hello from Ireland. Woo, thank you, Chad. Cheers, everybody. So I flew into Phuket and started my whole Corona, I don't know what you would call it, trying to avoid Corona, new life. And we sailed together, sailing Nanji and I, and Marley, the puppy, and we went to Malaysia. So I've been on lockdown for about 2.5 months, guys, and y'all are sitting at home with AC and power and showers and washing machines and video games and stuff, and literally we have been outside with fresh air and beautiful beaches and stuff like that, great conversations and a puppy. And the animals did come out, which is really cool. We had some sea otters bouncing around on the beach and playing and tackling each other. That was really cool, because I thought they were from cold places, and I was like, are they lost? You know, is what I thought. Schmops, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So saw some great sea otters. Tons of birds have been out. I bet there's a lot more activity. We saw some dolphins as well, but the water here is actually, it's not like murky, it's just there's a lot of like vegetation that grows in it. So it's a deeper emerald green. It's not crystal clear like lake, pool water, or like ocean, Bahama water. So it's not really good for snorkeling or diving or anything. The visibility isn't there. So too bad I didn't get to see a lot of marine life, you know, where we're at. But it's been great, but it's definitely been a whole new experience. It really has. And with or without quarantine, we would have been set off to do this stuff anyways. We ordered a water maker kind of thing. Yes, it arrived, but we took our jerry cans and went and found fresh water and brought it to the boat. We used buckets of salt water to scrub our clothes, you know, like we definitely did a lot of like survival mode kind of stuff. So that was really fun. That was really cool. And I know I've referenced Naked and Afraid quite a few times, so I feel like I got a taste of that. So it was a good time, most definitely. And not such a thing for bad visibility for scuba diving. Yeah, I mean, for a few times I was like, dang, one day I was just like, I'm not getting any exercise at all. So I just started swimming from the boat to shore for our beach time, and the only thing on that beach besides the sea otters was one angry monkey, and I think he was hungry, and that's why he was so angry, is he was trying to tell us no one visits there anymore, so give him some snacks. But he was a little scary. He would definitely try to charge us and stuff. Off a day from Guam, off a day. I'm trying to go there. Both hospitals have openings, and I think the problem is no planes are going. All the planes are just not moving. So, if you work at one of those hospitals, go into HR and let them know I'm trying to come back. I appreciate it. Guam has a 2-week quarantine, so I have a couple friends that said they would take me in for the 2 weeks if even if I don't have a contract and somehow I can fly there. But ideally, I've always wanted to go back to Guam to nurse, so I'm really hoping that still works out. But I've applied to all kinds of stuff. There's just no flights. Off a day from Hilton Head, South Carolina. Awesome. What type of nursing? I'm an ICU nurse. I've been an ICU nurse since 2016, I believe. And yeah. Why not? Okay, so the reason why in my video I did not introduce the new crew is because we were still kind of sorting out. They didn't really know. So one person on board, the captain, we had sailed before on that very same boat in the past. And he knew me, and he knew all of his other friends, but his friends didn't know me yet, and they knew I was on YouTube, and they hadn't seen the channel, didn't know anything, so they're kind of like easing into the whole idea of a camera always being out and everything, and because they're just there to have, you know, their sailing experience and their fun time and their water time and their own kind of thing. So by the end of our journey together, they're all about being on camera. But in the beginning, there wasn't really a nice formal, proper introduction because I didn't know if they wanted to be in the videos at all at that point. So that's why it was kind of like, kind of a soft kind of, here's a crew, wave, wave. When am I going to get my own boat? Well, I don't know. I'm in Langkawi. I'm in a really good place to buy boats. And there's a lot of experts here. Thank you, Jester. There's a lot of like expats that have their skills in fixing vessels here. So if I needed help, I could get a professional, unlike some of these random islands and random boat yards where there isn't a proper school. You know, they just kind of learn as they go. So this would be a really good place for, say, a gal like me to buy a boat and get help. This is also a place where it's tax-free. So if you needed to order a part, it's gonna come and it's not gonna be taxed. So if it's really expensive, that would be great. So I got really, really excited to go look at a couple, right? I'm like, oh God, I gotta make this work because I just feel like it's perfect timing. What else am I gonna do with this time, right? So, yeah, I jumped off the boat for a couple days, and the motivation to do that was because I thought I saw a boat that I just definitely could not live without. And she, once upon a time, was voted Boat of the Year. So she has that title. And then she's got some foam in her hull, like styrofoam, that makes her, she's voted unsinkable. So, okay, she's still like sank. Heck yeah, and take on a lot of water. Yeah, but I don't think she'll sink all the way to the bottom of the ocean. So you can drag her out and fix her or something like that. That's what that unsinkable means. And so I went to go look at her. And unfortunately, the pictures that I looked at and the picture in the real life version was not the same. Thank you, Pimper Geezer. Was not the same. So I kind of like immediately was just, I was pretty sad because she looked move-in ready and I was ready to do that. And then get a survey, get her all assessed and find out what was wrong with her, and then essentially fly home and have a nursing job and make some real money and mail parts here, and then when I came back, work on her, you know? And when I went there, I'm just like, this is just, she's just not clean to move on to. It's just way too much work. And right now, rainy season and all this humidity, it would just be absolutely miserable. So it was a big disappointment, for lack of better words. Messy, big disappointment. False advertising is kind of what I felt like it was. But I'm still, I don't know. I went there prepared to buy. I left there like, what just happened? And now I guess I just have to give myself some time for the pros and cons of that situation. Because she is a very like modern-like boat, and I like that. I do like classical boats, but she was pretty modern, clean-lined, and I thought she was fitting to my personality kind of thing. Shattered. Yeah, I kind of, kind of felt like kicking the balls a little bit. I was like, damn it. But it was a major bummer. I think she could see it on my face, and I talk a lot, so I was trying to talk it through, like, well, maybe if I did this, this, and this, and I'm like, but you could just tell by my tone, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I wanted the boat either to have, like, pristine motor, insides, everything brand new, or, like, it's not, like, all stained and beat up and moving ready and pretty. Like, one or the other needs to be perfect, and this just, it just wasn't. What are boat parts that are not expensive? Exactly, and every boat breaks. So I'm just like, man, I don't want to walk into a project like immediately. Like jeez. But the good news is the marina is beautiful. There's a resort, and if you live in the marina, you get all the perks of the resort. So there's a beach area, and apparently a lot of cruisers go there for happy hours, and it's set off from, from the main traffic, and like, it's just set off in its own little oasis kind of thing. So it was really pretty, a really nice setup, to hang out in a marina for a while, get used to your boat, do some little day sails, and come back in and feel safe at night, sleep at night before I start going out on the hook or just setting off into the world on my own adventure. Where do I live? Yeah, that's the thing, is I don't live anywhere. So I was kind of like, whoa, maybe this whole thing happened to finally push me in a direction to buy a home, because essentially that's what this boat will be, is this will be my home when I'm not in a nursing contract. This will be where I move all my stuff that's at my parents' house. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Been a really good sport since 2017. I love and appreciate you. Am I still gonna sail across the ocean with Sailing Nanji? Absolutely, but right now, as I understand it, they've only done like the first lift of restrictions, right? So don't get too excited. But I think that we're in a place where if you leave, you can't come back. So we need to make sure that if we leave, wherever we go, it needs to accept us. So I'm not in charge of all of that. Yash and Benita are. They're the captains of their vessel, and I am definitely here on standby for them, 100%. So I really want to do this Indian Ocean crossing. I mean, for me, I've been really wanting to do a crossing for a long time. I missed it, and I really wanted to be a part of their crossing, especially them. Of course, them. That was just a hands down easy yes. And doing the Indian is pretty rare, and I wanted to be on the Nanji team for real. And so if it doesn't happen, I think that we all will be bummed out. I don't know who will be bummed more. But yeah, I really want it to happen for sure. But it's a massive trip. It really is. So it needs to be done right. And this whole Corona thing is just, there's so many uncertainties with it. It's making things hard to plan. Move around this planet. And now I hear all these other things like traveling is just definitely going to be slowed down, like forever, or something. Like, I don't know. Trying to keep everyone close to home now. I don't know. Hello from the AB channel. Hi. It's all fake news? Yeah. I hope some of it's fake for real. What do I think of the unicorn fart spinnaker? It is the prettiest sail I've ever seen in my life. It is absolutely gorgeous, and Benita's bikinis match it. I think everything is just perfect. Like, they just have such a colorful boat. I love it. Oh my gosh, 400 people are here. Holy cow. Hi, everybody. So what else do I have to tell you guys? Yeah, it's rainy season here, which means more overcast, which means, we've got a boat that we're trying to run off of solar power for the most part. So that's another reason why I jumped out the boat to get into this hotel room. I just wanted to charge everything and to just get as far as I can in this editing world, because I wanted all my videos to be ahead of time. Both channels did for this Indian Ocean jump. But my plan B is if I go back to work, hopefully I have some a cushion there for me too for that plan as well. And what else? So yeah, I can't go nurse until the airports open up more, and I'm not really trying to rush anything. I was trying to rush to buy that boat, and then if I got the boat, just kind of sit and just wait for the right contract, wait for the world to know what's going on, get on the right plane, play things safely. But yeah, I don't think that boat's gonna work anymore. Palau. No, Palau. Yeah, there's a lot of places that do not have any coronavirus there, but they've completely shut down because they don't want to take the risk of getting it there. And I think a big thing that people need to understand is some of these countries, they can't take that risk. They don't have hospitals with any kind of room that can keep a patient in there and not contaminate the rest of the hospital, or they don't have any ventilators whatsoever, or refrigerators for vaccines or fluids, or they don't have any of the resources whatsoever. So they just need to keep you away. Like, just don't go there at all. You wipe them out. All right, sorry. Some of these questions are coming super, super, super fast. Silverlicious says, Laura, can you comment about what I said, please? I'm sorry, I missed whatever it was that you were asking. What am I looking for in a boat? I've always wanted a catamaran. Always wanted a catamaran because I was always going to be alone, and I just thought it'd be more stable and just easier to just see everything and to maneuver, you know, the windows. You know, there's just a lot of reasons why I thought a catamaran would be good for just little old me. And then I'm just quicker on a monohull. I don't know. So I was looking at a monohull. The girl that I just looked at, she was a monohull, and she did have the like wraparound windows, kind of like a windshield when you're in the salon down below. So it kind of gives that cat feeling. Has a lot of light in it. You can kind of hide down there by yourself and do like night watch instead of being outside. But she had a beautiful cockpit, you know, that you can clip into. Lots of room to extend your legs and stuff. You could be up there for long hours. Very comfortable, great layout, loved it. It's just, you know, I just wanted a boat that was move-in ready, and then get a survey, and if I had to do plumbing and electrical stuff here and there, just sit in a marina and have somebody come over and like fiddle with it. But the fact that she's not move-in ready, she's not pretty, and when I say that, it's like her walls need to be sanded and varnished and painted, and there's just a lot of, she needs a facelift. She needs a little bit of plastics. So she's just not my style. Nope, she's just too banged up, unfortunately. Ah, fireworker, thank you so much. So what else do I have to tell you? Yeah, so I think I'm in this whole phase of just waiting things out like you guys. What did this say? Oh, okay. High maintenance? Yeah, she's a little too high maintenance for me. She kind of like, the way she was just like worn in places just looks like a charter boat, you know, like, and that's not what I was expecting. The picture showed a boat that maybe went out on the weekends, and therefore she was not abused, you know, and this one just she looks rough. She looks like she was partied in. She looks like she was abused. She does not look like her pictures at all. She's not pretty. Hello to Lori in Alberta. Yeah, so now, I mean, I will do more chats if the internet works, you know, and what we did is, you know, we're off of mainland Malaysia, then there's Langkawi, and then we went a little bit further to another remote island, and that's where the angry monkey was. And like, so we did our like lockdown quarantine like super remote, and it was a lot of fun. But the internet was just constantly going in and out, and I don't know if it was with the swing of the boat on the anchor or what the deal was, but a live chat couldn't have happened any sooner than now, so sorry everybody. Hello Corey in the North Atlantic. Awesome. How is the weather? All right, so am I comfortable making repairs? So the idea of the boat that I wanted to get was she didn't need anything to make her look pretty. She'd be move-in ready, go sail her, and expect there to be things wrong with her. And then me hire someone to fix it and just be over there hovering. Like, okay, this is what that part is. These are the tools that you need, you know, and just learn something as you go. That way, if it breaks again, I'm like, all right, I've seen this done one time. I know what I need. Let me fiddle with it. But, you know, I'm anticipating the places that I sail to not have internet. So I'm not going to be able to just Google stuff and take pictures and send it to someone and have that, you know. So in the beginning, I'm not going to be going as far, getting to know her, you know, in the beginning. So that's kind of my plan there. Tradesman's assistant. Yeah, so I'll be a tradesman's assistant. That's what I'm going for. Screwdriver. Hammer. Uncle help, Lala. Yeah, Uncle's been really great too. Sailing Nanji, absolutely. Laura, how's your YouTube channel? I think my YouTube channel is doing pretty good. I'm really proud of it. I mean, I really wanted to work extremely hard on doing this first year. So I think it's been about 8 months. So we'll see what happens at the 1 year mark. And then I don't know what my next goal will be for this. Hopefully I'll have a boat by then and I'll just be filming me having a good time and throwing it up here for you guys to see. All the places. I don't know how big my jumps will be or what direction or what country the boat will be in, you know. Can't make any more promises than that, but I hope to have a boat then. Hey Paul, how are you? Sounds like I need a hot mechanic for a crewmate. Maybe, you know. My comments on my other episodes, yeah, they are officially disabled. I guess what I can say about that is I got really sick of the first channel that I was on and all the negativity and things that were said about me for over 2 years that always struck a nerve with me and never really got over it. And so when I started my channel, I started obsessing about the comments, definitely tending to them all the time, deleting negative stuff, because if you leave it there, it'll just spiral out of control. So I wanted my channel to be educational, and this is, you know, my life that I'm sharing with you, and no one should be cyberbullied. And then wouldn't you know, I start my channel and then YouTube decides to change the rules in January to protect people from cyberbullying. Well, it never protected me. And I still, you know, have certain feelings about it. So it occurred to me that I'm spending 3 hours every morning and 3 hours every night just obsessing on all these comments everywhere, making sure that I'm portrayed okay, because my career is to be a nurse, you know, and I'm not going to jeopardize that. I went to college for 10 years, and that's the most important thing to me. And so I disabled the comments because it's taking too much of my time. That's 6 hours a day that I'm, for what? You know, it's not exactly healthy for me either to have to read some of that. So I took them down. If you really want to talk to me, there's other ways to talk to me. I started funneling people towards Patreon for $1 per video. Once you know, so however you want to digest that, that's fine. But I spend about 6 hours a day obsessing over comments that, you know, mentally, I don't think that it's good for a person to do, and I don't have an assistant to do anything for me. So I'm just one person learning a lot in a short period of time, and I just, you know, I took the comments away. That's why. Yeah, you'd be surprised. But yeah, it's just kind of a foreign, I mean, there's a lot of really good comments out there too. There is, and I definitely appreciate all of that. It definitely has given me a lot of inspiration and motivation to move forward and to power through all this. And the comments do, they make me feel like I'm not alone, because I am months and months at a time alone. And so I appreciate them a lot, but there's a good percentage of them out there that just aren't nice, and I just don't want to read those anymore. I'm sorry. Well, hello everybody. Yeah, you put yourself out there in the public for a lot. I'm just trying to stay positive, really I am. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of work. It really has. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I would still be sharing my everything via pictures on Instagram. If you notice, I haven't made a lot of posts there, or Twitter. I mean, I've really kind of taken a huge step back to do all this massive editing, because there's a lot of people that are like, wow, your videos are so behind. It's because I'm a beginner trying to figure it out, and time, I just don't have enough of it. Yeah, you guys are really here for me. You really are. Yeah, I know. Nanji and I are both editing, and the thing is, the videos that are coming out right now have started when we were talking on the phone about me joining with them. So I was in the US knowing that I'm coming to visit Nanji with all their videos that are coming out right now. So, and when they had their big night with their 40 knots of wind, I had almost exactly the same day my big night with 40 knots of wind. So the difference is there are two people in the dark at night dealing with 40 knots of wind, and I am on a boat with 5 people. We're on a cat, they're on a monohull, 40 knots of wind at night. And both outcomes, have hull and fiberglass damage, but still, like, just the extent of, circumstances that happen in the pitch, you just are at the mercy of the wind and the waves, and, it's a lot to process. So definitely, if you're not following them, follow them, because their story coming up is pretty amazing. It really is. So, and I definitely didn't scare me away. I've been following them for quite a few years, so I knew if anyone could fix it and set out and do the Indian, it's definitely them. So, yeah, check out it's a perfect time to tune into their channel right now. Perfect time. And, well, okay, so whoever has any questions, the comments have definitely slowed down, so it's a good chance for me to do a better reading. Okay, Annapolis Boat Show. I have never been to the Annapolis Boat Show. I was going to go last year, but did not. I've been to the Miami Boat Show, Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, lots of stuff in Florida for years. True warrior. I powered through some things, that is true. Thank you for the Happy Nurses Day. Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, that's usually around Halloween, right? I don't know where I'll be. Honestly, there's just like, the only flights out of here, I feel like I should be going to outer space at those prices. It's just crazy. So my nursing schedule is 3 months on, 3 months off. That's pretty much what I do. So yeah, I'm current in absolutely everything. Some things are once a year, some things are every other year. So yeah. Yeah, I'll keep trucking on. Definitely will. I mean, I want to sail my own boat. It's getting really exciting that, I feel like I'm almost there. I went to go look at some, and I was just like, wow, talk about rip the Band-Aid off. Just go do it. So that was really exciting for me. I mean, I lost sleep over it for days. I just couldn't stop thinking about her. I was just like, I have to get there. I have to get there. I have to get there. So excited to see her. And then when I did see her, I was just like, this is not what she looks like in the photos. Like, I need the boat in the photos, and then I need you to tell me her engine's old or something like that, So it wasn't a perfect match. I can do it. I will do it. I will do it. Most definitely. Yeah, so look at SoundCloud. Yeah, I need to switch up my music. If I'm getting tired of the music choices, I imagine you guys will start being tired of the music choices as well. So I need to go find another source. Free. So I've been using a YouTube audio library because it's YouTube, and I didn't want to risk before just grabbing music that says it's okay for monetization and it's not, and then my video get taken down after all the hours and hours of trying to make it, you know? So that's why I was using that to begin with. It seemed like a no-brainer. And now, yeah, I need to find something else. Yeah. Fancy an arm wrestle. Jeez, it's crazy how much exercise I have not done. I have not swam enough, paddleboard enough, hiked enough, ran enough, pulled any kind of lines, hoisting a mainsail, nothing, like nothing. I haven't been doing anything but literally sitting and trying to cool off. Seriously. Are you interested in buying your own boat? I've always been interested in buying my own boat, but it never was realistically a good time. And now I think that time is what's happened first. And, you know, we'll see. I guess it always depends on the seller, right? What your financial situation is. If they owner finance or whatever. Plus, I don't know. I think people will argue a lot, but potentially right now, it is not a seller's market. It is a buyer's market. I mean, the whole world's kind of hurting for money and getting back on track with things. So it might be a good time that boats are going to go up for sale, and maybe I'll find some lucky deal somewhere on the planet. But of course, I would have to fly there. So if it's not in Langkawi, I don't know when I would go boat shopping, because the idea is to not really move around right now, you know? What's my favorite movie? I have no idea. Adventures of Babysitting. That's a good classic. Goonies, maybe? What price range? Oh my God. Right now, probably anything less than $50,000, because everybody wants their money like all up front. And I'm never going to find a catamaran for that much. Would the right boat take me longer to find while I have a contract nuisance? Yeah, so once upon a time, the plan was to return to Guam and to fly to surrounding islands, all the Asian countries that, you know, nobody really wants to go to now because of the coronavirus. Nobody really wants anybody flying around, first of all. Second of all, it's the places that I wanted to go to that I'm not really interested in going to anymore. But fly to surrounding islands, look at all their boat yards, hopefully get lucky. And yeah, I don't think that plan exists anymore. Or it can't for a few years, I don't know. Never say never. But in that area, there's not a lot of wind. So whatever boat that I do choose needs to have a good motor, or needs to have a way to buy a new motor and put it in there, because you will be motoring to get away from there. It's like the area sailboats go to die, because there's no wind in that area. Sail the Gulf of Mexico? Maybe. I've done a lot in the Caribbean, so unless you're doing South Caribbean, you know, I've seen it. I've seen it. What is this? Well, I'm trying to be my own main character and my own stuff. Would you settle for a slightly used aircraft carrier in Guam? Yes, I would settle for that. I would make it into a La La Libra freaking cruise ship, man. Get one of those blow-up sides and throw it off the side. Most definitely. Big diving board. Yeah, sailing across the equator is no big deal. It's calm, you know. The Indian Ocean, though, was gonna definitely, I was gonna see a sea at a whole different level. It was gonna be probably the biggest seas that, I mean, I've seen big seas before, but they didn't last forever, kind of thing. Last a couple days. But this is probably going to be at least a week, 9 days or something like that. So mentally, I don't know, yeah, maybe mentally exhausting, but definitely physically exhausting. Like going right now when I haven't used any of my muscles and having to hold on to the boat forever. Now that I think about it, that it would be a beating. Hey Brett, hey Lawrence, hey Jester. Oh my gosh, Brett Fields, how you doing? La Libra, yeah, totally. I mean, why not? So I've been on the boat for 3 nights. I came in around dinner time, and yeah, I got all settled in, and it's just been nice. Like, I just left to go look at those 2 boats and came back. So I actually went out on a mission to see one, and then she could tell. I know she was reading the tone of my voice and my body language. I was just kind of like, I was just let down, really. When I went inside of her, I was just like, this is not what I was expecting. But then she's just like, well, let me show you another one. And it definitely was really cool layout, but also not moving ready. And I'm just like, I don't want to do this work. I'm not trying to remodel the inside of a boat. Like, I'm sorry. I was trying to like take a boat that was already clean and give it updates. That's what I was going for. And I'm just like, ugh, I just don't want to be talked out of that either. Like, I don't want, I've been waiting 10 years to do this. I don't want to sit in a boatyard for even 1 month, like, I want to go. Sorry. Dang, when they fly, they fly. Yes, I am in a hotel right now. I've been here for 3 days. I'm going to stay at least 1 more. I'm not officially boat shopping, so nobody offered to help me find a boat unless if someone's giving it away. Because, I can't fly to any boats right now, and honestly, my funds are a little too small for this. I need to do another nursing job, and contracts are 3 months long, so it's too premature. I just thought since I was here and I was bored, I would go look. And honestly, I thought she was perfect until I got there. Then she was a letdown. There's still hope for her. With all this rain, humidity, and heat, I don't want to do that work. It's just not going to be fun at all. I don't even know if paint can dry in these conditions, honestly. When do I come back to the States? Well, I was trying really hard to get back to the States. Like, first available, probably for the last 2 weeks. And then I was like, well, where's this plane gonna land? Am I gonna land in Florida? I'm gonna land in California. Which one? Because I'm flying from the other side of the world, so I feel like that's a good starting point. And then all the flights literally just overnight disappeared. And the only flight that I've seen is like over $5,000. So not gonna jump on that flight. I'd rather, this hotel room right here, my hotel and my little tiny rental car is $30 US a day. That's way, I can do that for a while. I got AC, cold water, a cooling fridge, which doesn't keep anything cold, by the way. Nothing happened. I just, I saw a boat that I was really excited to see, so I moved on land and got a car so I could run off and go see it. And, because I didn't know when that appointment was going to be. So, got a room for a few days and just been kind of just enjoying it, I haven't had any of this stuff in like 2 to 2.5 months. So it's been kind of nice to not sweat. I mean, my skin doesn't even know how to react right now. I do. Before I even left the US, I had my mom send me a whole bunch of masks. I mean, I was well aware about Corona and battling the fear factor and germ phobia a month and a half before anybody was in the States. This was way more real to me than I think a lot of people that are on this chat right now. It's been pretty crazy. So like when I got off my plane and came to Thailand, I went to my room and turned all my clothes inside out and put them in a plastic bag, not to see again until my first laundry day, I had masks with me, I had hand sanitizer, I had my fanny pack with hand sanitizer and all the essentials in it, so I didn't have to dig around in anything. I was really afraid of sitting in the airplane and coming over. I was just like, I'm literally flying into God knows what, because nobody in the States was talking about it. And then arrived there, and of course everyone in Asia half the time wears masks anyways, because they're on scooters and, you know, whatever, you're in a city, they've got the whole high pollution warnings and stuff like that, and higher probability of lung cancer over here at an earlier age. I mean, it's just a different world. But it was more than average of people wearing masks, and then all the lockdowns and quarantines started, so it was just, it got real quick over here, you know, for us. Literally, Malaysia shut its port like a day or two after we got here, and we were just gonna get groceries and move on, and it was shut down. And we're like, shoot, what if we were on the water trying to go into the next country? Would we have made it? Would we have been turned away? Like, oh my God, I'm so glad that, you know, we got stuck in Malaysia, and Malaysia visas here are 3 months. So we're good. You know, we don't even have to go anywhere to renew them for quite a while. So yeah, all my stuff is on the boat. I've just got an overnight bag with a couple, you know, outfits in it here in the room. Just spending a lot of time online, guys. Oh, Bimmer User, thank you. You don't have to do that. Cheers. Yeah, so I'm really excited. So like, there's been so many different things that I've been thinking about, because I feel like as I get more efficient in some things, I need to try harder in other areas. And so yeah, there might be more stuff that you see pumping out online. I'm trying to do as much as I can in this first year, and then hopefully take a break. Spend more times in bikinis, just definitely just like seal on the sand, just laying there, just being lazy. Hi, Florida. Yeah, what about SV Delos? I saw it was their worst night ever at Anchor, or what was that? Ooh, what was it? SV Delos. They're applying for a babysitter? Well, sure, sign me up for that. That's too funny. Ooh, I got some German on the live chat. Took you 2 years to find your boat. So what are you trying to say? I should start looking now. I think the worst thing that could happen is I find a boat too early. And honestly, I feel like I was already shopping. I mean, I did buy a boat this year, technically. I just never sailed it. Boom. I know what it's like to boat shop. And I sailed a lot of boats too in that process. Bikini calendar? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought I was going to do in this trip, was jump out on a lot of beaches and get a lot of stills and kind of have the next calendar for next year with some cool stuff. But nothing's worked out the way I thought it was going to. And I think that's safe to say that's the same for everybody else. But I definitely used my times wisely with the whole editing and getting organized and leveling up in that area. And I think that's the hardest part. So if that's where the most improvement was, thank God for that. Yeah, so guys, it's been about 48 minutes. What else would you like to know? I just read a book. I read a book, and it was Swell. So it's definitely a chick book. But as I was reading it, I was just like, definitely had a lot of connections with her, and I felt like I lived at least half of that story, like in real life. Spring up in the Midwest? Yes, actually I called my parents. I was like, hey, how you doing? I'm coming home. And they were like, what? And then I was like, I'm just kidding. Because they're like, oh, we'll set you up a tent in the backyard. She's like, don't worry, I'll bring you some wine. I'm like, Mom, I'm just kidding. I'm not coming home. But I would never do that to them. But I would probably go stay with a girlfriend or something like that. They work in the hospital, so they're just as much at risk as I am flying around all these places. I'm not working as a nurse right now. I just literally stopped a contract. I went and did a contract for three months. So I did 3 months in Wyoming, was off for about 3 months, and then I did 3 months in Guam, and now I've been off for like, 4 months, and I'm looking to go back. So yeah, I do 3 months on, 3 months off. And the idea is to find a sailboat, and that will be my new home, you know? in between contracts. What size of a cat? If it, it's just me, so I'm thinking in between 30 and 40 feet would be the perfect cat. 32, 34 for me. What would be my first port of call after the Indian? Well, we wanted to go through and do like Madagascar and then make our way down to South Africa. And then, I don't know, I know a couple sailors in South Africa, so if I didn't want to go home or cross the Atlantic or something wild, there was always that. But I think it's good for me to, well, I just have to go nurse, really. I need to just constantly be going back to nursing because it's good to keep your skills, it's good for the resume, it's good to constantly have some money coming in so I can save for a boat, So, have to go home at some point. You sail to my next job? If I had a boat and lots of time. It takes a while to sail places. And you have to wait for the right seasons and stuff. Thank you, Peter. Have I picked out a boat name? No. I toy with a few. I think that maybe I put it out there like y'all try to help me name the boat. If she doesn't already come with the perfect name, then yeah, I think I would see how creative y'all can get too. Help me name my boat. Need as needed flight nurses. So when I was living in Alaska, I had done all my ICU hours to become the critical care ICU nurse certification, and then I started cross-training to the ER, and I think that you have to do ICU and ER for at least 2 to 3 years each to become a flight nurse. You can't just do it, and then you have to have like your CCRN. So I can't apply for that job, I don't believe. SV La La Libra, yeah! I know, I want to radio that, coming in hot. Can I captain a cargo ship? Probably not. Probably not. Lala Dream. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You guys are really great. I do feel like this is just a giant support system, and I spend a lot of time alone and in my own head and creating all this and figuring all this stuff out. So it's really nice to know that you like it and that you chime in for these live chats. It makes me feel like, it's more of a sense of community and more like a group project. And it definitely keeps me going. It gives me the motivation to stay on top of things and make it better. 80 grand. Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be actually a really good boat budget. 80. Oh my gosh. All right, well, 390 people are still here. Thanks for staying with me, hanging out this whole hour. I wish I had a boat. I don't have a boat yet. Still in the makings. I guess maybe I'll just keep kind of checking it out here and there, wherever I'm at. See what's on the market. What's my funniest nursing story? Well, one definitely comes to mind. I had a brain injury patient, and he was trached for a while, and we were trying to get him, he was extubated and everything, but we wanted to take out his little piece here and get him talking through his mouth and let this kind of close up on its own, his little stoma. And so a family member came out and they're just like, oh my gosh, he's trying to talk. I think he's saying, help me. Well, when you have the little tube here, the air comes out through it, not past your vocal cords. So they're just lipping words. You don't know what they're saying. You have to cover it up, and then the air will come out past the vocal cords and project sound. So covered it up, and he goes, ice cold beer. And that was pretty funny because the family was kind of scared. They're like, oh no, no, no. He's saying help me, like maybe he can't breathe or something. So when he said that, everyone started laughing and crying. They're like, oh my gosh. he must be feeling better, so that was kind of funny. It was really funny. I do need an assistant of some sort. I do have somebody that definitely is helping me, but only with one little bit. I wanted to go back to Guam because I haven't asked them yet, but there's somebody there that I think that would be really good to work with. And I think there's a lot that I know that they don't know, and they would just love to work together. And I think that would be more of giving me a chance to have like an assistant for a bit, and also to just kind of teach somebody the stuff that I know, you know, hand it down, pass it on to somebody else. Boats are pay now or pay later. Well, boats are always pay, pay, pay. That's why I have to keep nursing forever, for as long as I get, to anticipate all the stuff that's gonna come up. All right, guys, well, you better pump out some questions for me. It's hitting about the 1 hour mark. I'm sorry that it's been so long since the live chat. It's just been one hell of a time with everything. Pick one, you know. I still have hope that, you know, the boat's going to be moving. There's no set plan for anything. You know, all ports are closed. Pretty much the airports are closed. Restrictions are just being lifted, which is why I'm in a hotel room. So no major update there. What? More boat names. Oh, okay. It's been really awesome to chit chat with you guys, really. So I'll try to do another one of these soon. Keep at it. I usually like to do, well, in the beginning I was doing them kind of once a week, and because I knew it was going to take like at least a week to get a video out. It was really hard in the beginning. And then, you know, it kind of went, every time I changed location, I was doing one to kind of keep you in the now versus what's happening in the editing world. So I will definitely try to be in touch more with you, okay? Oh, thank you. This is my sailing attire. Woo! Got all these really cool sailing outfits, and yeah, haven't really got to wear them. I gave myself a mani-pedi. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to not the haircuts, people, but somebody just to rub my feet and give me a really cool polish job. That would be nice. Oh, well, thank you for all the compliments, guys. I'm glad that you like the channel. It's you know, it's been a collage of feelings. It was such a steep learning curve, but I knew that coming into it, and things are definitely getting easier. And with things getting easier, it allows me to be more creative in other places, or, you know, have more time to rest and be more carefree on camera when I'm videoing. Because I don't know if you guys have ever tried to do it, but holding a selfie stick and talking to yourself, you make weird faces. You just do weird stuff. You don't talk normal. You know, like right now I'm not holding anything, so I feel like I'm acting normal. But then once I hold on to something, I feel like, oh, I have this whole different way of myself. So I've just been trying to get real. I don't know. It's been hard. It really has. The easiest things have been sometimes the hardest things. Thank you. I know I'm a certified skipper, so I know some things, and it was kind of cool because when I was checking out the boat and it came time to look at the motor, I was like playing with you know, the oil dipstick and the belts. I'm like, all right, well, I know that. I will be careful. I expect you all to be careful too. Wash your hands. It does not hurt you to wash your hands. Just don't touch unnecessary stuff. Stuff that everyone else is touching, like elevator buttons and doorknobs, you know, just be aware of that. Don't touch them and then pick your nose or rub your eyeball or stick it in your mouth or go eat food. Just be careful, be aware. I have a different video voice. Yeah, it's I notice it when I'm trimming and editing all the clips. I'm just like, well, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'm getting to know myself in a whole different way. social distancing. Yeah, you guys go out, get your vitamin D, get in the sun, get your fresh air. Florence Nightingale, you need those things to be healthy. You do. Oh God. Thanks, Harry. Cat or monohull? Cat and monohull, different things, different prices. You know, either way, a cat 30 to 40 feet, a monohull 35 to 50 feet. 50 feet is probably too long for me to be running around or trying to throw the anchor out there, running back and forth, setting the anchor. Two total different price ranges there for each one. And monohulls are looking better and better. I mean, when they have really good windows down in the salon, that's attractive to me. If they've got just tiny little porthole windows where I can't see anything, then I have to just live outside in my cockpit. So I better have a badass cockpit and a badass Dodger, and all the lines better be ran aft. You know, my winches better be there, so I'm not running all over this boat all by myself. You know, like there's things that I look for. So it's really hard to describe my perfect boat to you guys. Clean. I want her to be clean because everything's gonna break. So the money should be spent on broken things, not making it pretty. So a pretty boat is what I'm looking for also first. Do I have a plan? I have asked Sarah Sunshine to be my first mate. I have asked my little brother to be my first mate. And that's as far as I've gotten with that. But I don't know. I have all these ideas of what my first sail will be like. I've waited so long for her. I'll probably get a cry. I'm probably gonna have champagne, and I don't know. It'll be a great day because I've been waiting a very long time for it. How much did my sailing course cost? I think, I don't know. That's really hard to say because there's a conversion rate, right? What, I don't even know. I'm operating a ring right now. It wasn't rupiah, it was baht. So I don't know. I paid for it in a different conversion kind of thing. But look up Group Island Spirit, and they have a sailing school in 3 locations in Thailand. I have been to all 3 locations, but I actually attended at the Phuket and location, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So, I mean, I had a really great experience with them, and it was very easy, and I think it's a competitive price for many locations, many places around the world, many different schools. And if you're gonna go, you might as well go on an epic vacation at the same time. So could you walk out your house and go to sailing school in California or Florida? Yeah. Or you can pay for an airline ticket, and when you arrive, it's like a dollar store in Thailand. So you'll get there and it pretty much, the rest is like free. You pay for the school. It's just, don't let the flight discourage you. And then you get to see some epic stuff you would have never seen before, total different food. It's fun. So I would say don't go right next to home unless if you have a job or something like that. Take advantage of a school out there and see something beautiful at the same time. How old am I? God, I'm really proud of my age, but I'm kind of feeling like maybe I shouldn't say it anymore because I just realized that it rounds up to a number that maybe I find scary. But I'm 37. Island Spirit, $1,500 for the Pattaya location. Thank you, Tommy. But you need to get your own hotel. So Phuket, you'll see in my videos, I did a little tour of the room. Your room's included. Your crew quarters are included. Bye, everybody. Yeah, it's been about an hour, so I should probably wrap this up. I hope I get my dreams together rather soon as well. I mean, I'm moving in the right direction. I really wanted to get one more crossing in. I was really excited with Sailing Naji. They had the wind vane that I know nothing about. I've never got to play with one of those, so I was excited about them enlightening me on that. And so I'm really hoping we get some miles in. But with or without a crossing happening, with or without the ports opening, I will buy a boat someday. It's definitely going to happen, so have no fear. Yes, Sailing Naji is literally like right outside my window. I can see them. We're still together. I just came on land because I had an appointment to go look at a boat, so which involved a ferry ride and yada yada yada. So Do I ever get seasick? Yeah, I do get seasick. I definitely talk about it. I don't know. I get seasick like maybe once a month. That kind of seems often. It doesn't hit me as hard as some people, so I would say I'm blessed, regardless. Hugs and kisses. Thank you, guys. Everybody stay safe out there. Get to Wyoming and I want to fly, call you. Okay, will do. I might need a ride from Denver to Wyoming. All right, guys. Well, I'll wrap this one up and say goodbye to y'all. I'll try to chime in soon. I don't know if it'll be 1 week, 2 weeks, or whatever. Probably if I get a plane ticket, I'll let you know before I head home, or I head to a nursing gig, or if I buy a boat, maybe it'll be a live chat from a boat. Who knows what the next thing will be? It's really hard to say. All right, well, you guys have an amazing day or evening, and I will talk to you soon, okay? All right, bye.